You done?
Yeah, done.
Okay.
Done. Sorry.
It's okay. Hello everybody, it's Mr. B. Hey, today we're here to talk about some adaptive ukulele strategies for your students with disabilities. Ukulele is such a great instrument for kids because you can pick it up easily. They can learn how to finger the chords pretty quickly, but it's a little tricky sometimes for students with disabilities. The finger dexterity required to fret notes and strum at the same time is a little tricky. So today, we're going to use some things that you probably already have laying around your classroom to turn this into a fully functional instrument for your students with disabilities. Let's go.
The notorious Mr. B.
All right, so this ukulele I've got here, this is not the best ukulele, it's not the worst ukulele. It stays relatively in tune. That's about all I need my ukuleles to do in my class. So the ukulele is tuned like this traditionally. This string is G, this string is C, this string is E, and this string is A. So this string right here, the A string, the first thing we need to do is we need to tune that down to match this G string. So these two strings, so now they match. So now the tuning of this ukulele is G, C, E, G, which if you strum the whole thing, that's a C major chord made up of C, E, and G. The next thing we're going to do, now that we have our ukulele all tuned up, is we need to mark it out. So what I've got here is I've got 3 different colors of tape. You can use whatever colors you like. These are just the 3 that I happen to have laying around. So we're going to tear them into some small strips about that size. So we'll start with yellow. So we're going to take the first strip of color. Now you can try it like this, but you'll notice if you try to slide it under these strings, it's always going to get stuck. So the easiest way to do this is to come down here to the sound hole, pull it with your other hand, and slide it all the way up here. So we're starting at fret 5. So I slide all the way down here to fret 5, where that first dot is, press it down, fold it over the back. Then we're going to do that with our next color. Slide it under the strings at the sound hole. This time, slide it down to fret 7. That's the second one with the dot. Press down, turn it over, and fold. Now we have 2 frets marked. For our last one, this is where it gets a little bit tricky because you don't have a lot of room to work with here. So you slide it under these strings up here, same thing, press down, turn it over, and fold. Now you have a fully marked ukulele ready to go. So now that we have our ukulele all marked up, now it's time to figure out how to start playing it. For that, I've got my wonderful assistant, Lexi. Say hi, Lexi.
Hi.
Say hi, Lexi.
Hi.
Normally, you would play with the ukulele pressed up against your belly like this, but for this to work, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna set it on Lexi's lap, just like that, okay? Lex, lay it down on your lap, just like that. Now, I've got a regular old dry erase marker. I'm gonna give that to Lex. Okay, hold it in this hand. Good, just hold it there. Okay, now, you can see she immediately wants to go to the blue and the yellow and the white. You can see that. Lex, can you put the marker on yellow? Good, put the marker on white. Put the marker on blue. Good. So all we're gonna do, it doesn't matter how hard she's pressing. She doesn't have to press all the way down to the frets. It still sounds the same. A good way to start this out for beginners would be like this. I'm gonna play blue, Lexi, strum 4 times. I'm gonna play yellow, Lexi, strum 8 times. Can you play me 1 white? Good. Or another way you could do it is for Lexi to hold the marker, this hand. You play blue and watch. I'll strum for her. Go to yellow. Go to white. Go back to yellow. So again, it doesn't matter how hard she's pressing, it's still gonna make the same sound. If I just set it on the string, or if I press, It's basically the same sound. Now the next step here, if you've ever seen me present at a conference about teaching music to students with autism, you've probably seen something like this. And this is what I call sheet music for kids with autism. Now, you'll notice the colors correspond with the colors of the ukulele. Just to touch on this real quick, I'll go way more in depth in a future video, but the way this is set up is anytime you have a white, that's like playing the open strings. That's a C. Anytime you have blue, that's a G. Anytime you have yellow, that's an F. So when you're creating these, most of the chords you're going to be using in elementary school are C, G, and F. You might have some A minors, and we'll talk about that later, but if you use songs that are 3-chord songs, C, G, and F, that's how you're going to set this up. Let's see it in action. Here we go. All right, so follow along on the music. Wait for it. 1, 2, ready, go. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. We're making music, people.
The notorious Mr. B.
And Lexi.
Why are you making mad faces? You're being like, "Arr." Are you?
Check, 1, 2, 1, 2. I can't do it.
You ready?
I love you.
Hang
Bye.
on.